Hi, and welcome to Exploring Creativity, episode 28. I'm Rachel Gordon. I want to talk today a little bit about ritual. I started really thinking about it when I was reading the article that I've talked about a few times related to Agnes Martin, excerpted from John Gruen's book, The Artist Observed. And in it, there's a reference to what her daily ritual was, which basically sounded like she just stayed in bed until an idea grabbed her and pulled her out of bed. Like, she just waited until she had inspiration before she got out of bed and went into her studio. So I think that's really interesting. I don't think that would work very well for me. I'm not sure that staying in bed for long periods of time does anything for my inspiration, although I've never tried it. So I mean, I have tried staying in bed, but not every day the way it sounds like she did. And then I'm reading through a little bit here and there, a book called Daily Rituals, How Artists Work by Mason Curry. And in it, he kind of has just like snippets of over 100 different artists that he's found out what their daily routines were. And it's getting me to think a lot and to think about the importance of routine and ritual. I mean, I'm seeing it in my own life with the routine that I'm setting up, which is waking up and doing my art for a few hours before I go to my day job. And I have found that when I do that, I really I'm inspired. I mean, I am in a groove. I feel more creative. I feel more productive. I have a really positive feeling about my work and what's going on. And I'm finding that when I'm like last week, a few things happened in the evening that were just utterly exhausting. And so I didn't do my wake up in time to do much of my own art before I raced off to work. And I'll tell you, the week just progressively got more difficult. And I was more tired. I was more kind of grumping about, how my life wasn't the way that I want it to be. And I'm not producing. And when am I going to get this work done? And it was so different from the weeks when I'm in that ritual. I'm in that, the habit. And so I'm just like, I'm really thinking about that a lot. And the book is interesting, the Daily Rituals. Actually, it's a little bit depressing occasionally, given what I talked about recently from Elizabeth Gilbert's book, where she says, it's a little bit childish to like want the benefactor to show up and like allow your art life to be the center, even when it's not necessarily paying the bills. And the thing is, a lot of these artists, they did seem to have that. So that part's a little bit hard for me to read. How many of the artists that he, and writers and poets that he portrays, just kind of had this wake up, have coffee, go for a walk, put in a few hours in their art, go for another walk, take a nap. I don't know. I guess we each thrive in our own different ways. So we need to find what works for us. And I'm still working to find what works for me and what works for my art. And I'm sure that you are as well. And I would love to hear about it. So if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and leave your comments below. What kind of routine or habit do you find works for you? Or what are you trying to develop for yourself and for your creativity and your art? I'd love to hear about it. And if you want to pop over to the website, it's www.exploring-creativity.com. Sign up for the newsletter, leave your comments there. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to have this be a support and a community, and let's just support each other and make it work for all of us. And I will talk to you soon. All right, have a good one.